shit! Get shot!
Can we start filming after we eat?
Alright. Wait, you done eating? Oh, this fucking air freshener bitch needs to stay out of the fucking frame.
Man, really harsh on that air freshener,
Yeah.
man. What did it ever do to you besides keep your car nice and
Leave her alone.
Gave my mother lung cancer. I don't know why I said that. Straight to the fucking extreme, Harry. Well done.
Your mother is dead!
Oh, man.
Well, Kendra,
welcome,
your mother
everybody.
was a whore.
Leland Swift, welcome to fucking Cruising in Action, man.
What's up?
What up?
Man, I'm pretty sure you're like the first fucking international guest I've had on this show. We're gonna test this motherfucker on his Australian language. First one, do you know what it means to punch a dozer?
Oh, punch a dart?
Yep.
Yeah, smoke a ciggy.
Yep, spot on.
I think you even told me that one though. I think I didn't know that one last time you came to my house. I think I knew punch a dairy instead of punch a daza.
It just
More like punch a Harry.
fuck off. I blocked it. That's 1 point.
Block! Point, Matt! Guys, did you see that? I got a point! I got a point!
And that means you can't do it again.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we've got this relationship where he smacks me across the head when I'm a dickhead, but if I block him,
Like this.
fuck, I missed it. That's the one.
That's it.
Calling it. Back to Winnipeg. Do you know what fair dinkum means?
Telling the truth.
Yeah.
That one I watched last night on the fucking Game of Thrones. Aussie Man reviews like Casto.
Don't even get me
Gotta get
started.
hard on
Game of
her.
Thrones, bro.
I showed you videos of Mad Dog, right? Fucking bald, beardy, obese, fat cunt that rides around.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you did.
Fuck off, dog! Why don't you tell the viewers your thoughts on Australia so far?
It's been pretty fun. I love that people like to get after it here and try to like get you fucked up and partying. That's always good.
Yeah.
Looking for work has been rough, but I mean, it's sick weather.
Aspendale Gardens, man, that's where I used to do musical rehearsals. Back when I was trying to learn to sing, before I just flat out given up.
Started rapping instead.
Yeah, I was at a hostel up in Brisbane hanging out with these boys from England.
Yeah.
They actually all want to hear my mixtape.
That's sick.
I played them a diss track I did and they fucking loved it.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I feel like people at hostels are always so open to new experiences and meeting new people.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage. You been around hostels much?
Oh yeah, I love them, I used to do it a lot in Europe. Like me and my friends, we get like a cheap ticket on Ryanair, go to like Iceland or like some random place for like $50, and then get like a super cheap hostel rather, and then just fucking party it up.
I saw that with the Hayo-Went-Ha staff list, Frankie's going to Japan.
Yeah, she is.
Good for her.
Following my footsteps.
Followed in your footsteps, so she'll get the letter too. Keep in mind, I don't have the high ground to say that, Kim. Yeah. Can you hold that Pringle can up for the camera so Rosie can see?
Sour cream and onion.
Yep.
Let's go. So the only other viable flavor I reckon is salt and vinegar. Those are the two viable flavors. Anything else, get the fuck out my face.
No, the barbecue Pringles.
Oh, barbecue Pringles are alright.
They're my favorite.
I'm bummed I can't have the pickle flavored ones.
Really?
Yeah.
What's non-vegan about them?
Milk.
Oh.
There's milk in all the Pringles except barbecue, roast chicken, and plain.
You'd think that'd be the non-vegan ones.
Straight up.
Straight up!
Because in the roast chicken, it's just onion powder and garlic powder,
Yeah.
and that's what you roast a chicken in. So
Exactly. That makes sense. It's just like chicken seasoning.
yeah. How is it warm now? It was fucking freezing this
It
morning.
was really fucking cold. I brought like an extra 2 jackets in my backpack, and like
smart.
so it was just fucking massive on
Yeah.
my back, like while I'm walking through like Southern. Actually, I had to run to get the train to Frankston.
Yeah.
Frankfurt? I had to run to get the
Frankfurt.
train like back to
Das
Frankfurt, back to
Strudel?
Germany. Yeah, auf Wiedersehen.
Oh yeah. Das Wiener Schnitzel. Did you fall asleep with all the German couple in Super Troopers last night?
Probably. All my memories of Super Troopers last night are very fragmented because of what we were consuming.
Dude, you're gonna fucking watch it again.
That's
Yeah.
the whole point with Super Troopers, though. If you're like understanding what's going on in that movie, you're not watching in the right state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just starting to get confused when the cop was interrogating the hell out of them at the start.
Have you seen Beer Fest? It's by the same people as Super Troopers.
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's a fucking hilariously funny movie. It's just about like
yeah.
a German drinking competition. It's just super good. It's really well done.
Man, I don't know if I'm gonna leave like any of that shit in there. That's
Yeah.
like, it's just all. Have we got any camp stories we need to tell this man here about?
I was telling one of my housemates about you, and I was saying like, man, I knew fucking Harry was a real one the second he helped me with that fucking waffle stomp. Cause I was like, so fucked
shit.
up, bro. It fucked me up.
Bruh, I didn't even know there was a term for that. You know what waffle stumping is, Josh?
No?
Leland, educate the man.
Okay, so when you take a shit in the shower, right?
Oh, okay,
And your
yeah.
shit, you know, you gotta
Yes.
get it through the
Say no
pipes
more,
and
my
stuff.
friend. Say no more.
So we're at camp, and these kids are taking showers and shit, and one of them takes a shit in the shower, and Harry and I get tasked to clean it up.
And we played the theme from Platoon, like some Vietnam War type music.
Yeah.
So bad though, like it had been like completely like turned into mist, like the air was all like, completely saturated with like mist shit.
It was wafting.
It was wafting everywhere. I threw up tons of times. They like they started me with like a projectile vomiting like spree, and I like try to get down and like pick it up. Managed to pick up little bits of it, whatever, and like get it out in the trash. Like start puking furiously, and then Harry just goes in like a fucking man, like
classic
Spartacus, gloves on, fucking gets it all up, and I was just like, oh Jesus Christ, like that was so grim. Yo, straight up. This is a different story. During the fall period, me and Josh actually managed to convince Elijah that a rite of passage in the spring was that all the guys had to waffle stomp in the one fucking shower block. We had Elijah convinced that we all fucking waffle stomped. Did he do it?
I don't know if he did it. Josh just on the spot was like, yeah, Elijah, didn't you know, man, like all the boys back in spring, we were like taking a shit in the shower and we were fucking waffle stomping it, yeah, weren't we, Harry? And I was like, what? Oh yeah, we were totally doing that.
100%.
Wasn't it the same night that like 3 kids pissed in the showers and we sent them home?
Yeah.
Let's just recount the events of that week. They tasked 2 inexperienced counselors with handling autistic kids who shat in the shower, who pissed in the shower, and then there was Cool and Creamy.
Cool and Creamy is a dance tradition at camp where counselors do a little dance in their underwear and slap each other with Cool and Creamy.
Can we chant the song for the camera?
Cool
and creamy, we like cool and creamy. Cool and creamy, we like cool and creamy. Hey!
Hey, Harry!
Hi, Leland!
Do you like Cool and Creamy on your areolas?
I love cool and creamy on my areolas!
And then I would, you know, give them a little rub or whatever.
And then we chant the song
and
again.
then you do like a little run in place so you're slipping around, but...
Basically, your motherfuckers need Jesus. Well, you know what Harry said last night?
So at the camp I'm going to this time, I've submitted a lesson plan to do a 3-day karate instruction and hip-hop. First day is going to be riding hip-hop, second day is going to be freestyling, third day I'm going to have the kids in a rap battle tournament with each other.
Sick.
Basically, it got to the point where like he said he's gonna like raise an army of little dickies, and I'm like, you should not repeat that ever, because you should not be raising kids as little dickies. Like
an army of Jewish rappers.
Yeah.
Great role model.
Yeah.
Right. Videos of them doing their like rap battles at the end.
Yeah, straight up.
Dipshits. Literally no life experience. What the fuck is wrong with them? God, I hate kids.
I wasn't sure if you were doing a comedic monologue there, if you were just fucking... No, don't confirm for me whether or not that was serious.
Oh, fuck.
Have you ever seen like a newborn baby, like a legitimate newborn?
Yeah, I really want to just drop them on
Dude,
the spot.
they're honestly fucking disgusting. They look like aliens, like... Yeah, like, they get cuter later, but honestly, for a little bit, they look like a fucking plastic bag filled with ground meat. And you're just like, what the fuck are you?
I just want to quote you on that one day.
Yeah. We were all, like, on this pontoon boat, and people were, like, throwing each other off the boat.
Oh, shit.
And I was kind of, like, not involved with it. I was just like, whatever. This girl had been taking photos, snagged her phone, pushed her into the water.
Oh.
And then as she's getting out, I'm trying to hand her phone, and fucking Harry over here just tackles me into the, like, wild card, bitches! Yeah! I still have her phone in my hand, so like as I'm falling into this lake, like in Harry's arms, I like spin, manage to chuck it back up onto the boat, just barely onto the boat. And I was just like, let's go. Wild card, bitches! Yeah! What? I went to a university in the US that had probably 2,000 to 2,500 students, so very, very small, like one of the smallest, like in the US in total. And one of my friends is like an Australian who is super, super political, very leftist. And I saw that he liked one of
Harold Holt
memes posts. And I fucking like straight up like tagged him in it. And I was like, yo, I actually know this dude. I'm fucking fan of this. Like, I know the memer behind this account, bro. And he didn't even respond. He was just like, I don't give a fuck or whatever. But I was like, that's big dick energy right there. He's really cool. I don't know him super well because he was always really late and like slightly overweight. And he'd like run for his classes and he'd just have like his pants falling down, his backpack falling off. And he was just a fucking spectacle. Like everybody on my campus would know him as like that guy who always ran to his classes. Like,
we were at a party in like December, and one of the guys there was talking about Harold Holt memes, and he didn't know like the man, the myth, the legend.
Was in the pool with him, fucking Bo.
And you're sitting there just fucking
just
cheesing like, oh yeah, that is a pretty good meme page. Like, which one's your favorite?
Oh yeah.
Which one do you think's funniest?
Straight up. Let's talk about Georgia Oakley for a second.
I don't really know her. She seems cool.
I like Georgia Oakley. We fucking mentioned her in a previous vlog because of all the shit she was giving us about how it's a palmy, not a palmer. Even though she called it a palmer that whole time, it was just playing me that whole summer. I was fucking proud of her for that.
That's pretty awesome.
Josh was giving her shit about it in a vlog, and she had to piss up about it and ended up adding him on Facebook. Waved at him, he waved back, and they never fucking spoke again since then.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
You're already in the DMs, bro. That's like half the battle.
Georgia, you slid in the man's DMs and you leave him high and dry? Like, what the fuck? Georgia, a good man like this only comes around once in a while. He might not be here by the time you get back to Australia.
Careful, somebody might get his wrist on him. She had like some post where she had like a bird in her post, and I thought it was like a wild bird.
I saw that.
I thought she thought it was a wild bird, but like I realized like if a bird is coming up to her, it's got to be somebody's pet. And I was like, yo, you should probably like help the person find their pet. So that was good. Like my bird justice senses were all like kicked off there.
Fuck.
He's on animals.
He's a master in bird law.
I'm a master in bird law. That's true, actually.
Small hands though.
Yeah, well, filibuster.
Look, loves you.
Straight up.
Straight up!
Man, I've started saying that so much.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Straight up!
Straight up not having a good time right now. Do you know Peter Gilroy, like Bath Boys Company?
Yes.
He just walks into camera. Bro, I am straight up not having a good time right now.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Well, I remember there was that time at camp when some fucking kids had gone through the bush and stolen shit out of the fucking cabins.
That's right.
And you were fucking at flagpole and you were just like, whoever broke into the bush, straight up.
Straight up!
That is not cool.
Did you say he was fucking a flagpole?
What?
It sounded like he said that he was fucking a flagpole.
We were fucking at flagpole.
I mean,
yeah, he probably did at some point. There was that street in TC, that main street, which became the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. And every time we drove past 3 locations, I would fucking dab in memory of the 3 people that lost their jobs.
Here's for Adrian.
Yeah,
because he fucking tried to hide there. He like ran away from work on the job, went to hide in the dishes. Like it's already closed. The Hooters. There's nobody there for like years. Yeah, they had to call his parents to find him.
And then there was a Denny's we went to with Alicia like 2 days after she quit in Arbutus. And then there was Crestwood. It was the Dan Walsh Memorial Hotel.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Straight up!
Now, I'd like to do IRL one day. Go there myself.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm straight up not going back to Hayo-Went-Ha. Straight up. Hit the button, Josh.
I gotta go to Isle Royale on my own without camp because like it's the setting for my first fantasy book.
You writing one?
Yeah, I've started this book. It's
Manhood's dead!
You've seen the Resident Evil movies, yeah?
no, I actually haven't seen it.
Oh.
You don't need to.
Yeah, you don't. But like, there's like a weapon in the show that shoots like coins out of this gun.
Oh shit, I think that is in the games. I
Okay.
only played one of them and it was fucking yonks ago.
Yeah, that's what comes out of the fucking gun the rabbi shoots. A bunch of like silver coins.
Civil coins?
Yeah, silver coins.
I feel like someone somewhere has to have made a movie about
Jewish Rambo?
Jewish Rambo or a rabbi with a shotgun.
One of my best friends got almost expelled from high school because he was involved in a hate crime. He was a really close friend of mine, but he did commit a hate crime.
What did you do?
Shit.
There was this Jewish kid in our high school that
Oh,
none of us
God.
really liked, and he would just whip coins at him. And it's like, not even like Australian coins, like the coins in the UK would be like up to like the 50-cent size, but like the $2 thickness.
Dude.
And so
Dude,
he'd been doing it to him for months, like fucking throwing like little change and shit, like pennies that didn't really hurt him.
God.
And then he threw a big coin and it fucking like cut his eye open. It like hit him in the face and like cut him and shit. So he's like bleeding out the face, massive bruise. And as soon as like he realized he'd hurt him, he's like, shit, dude, I think I just committed a hate crime.
Crazy.
Dude.
I was not involved.
Well, how many months do you have to spend throwing coins at a Jewish person before you realize that maybe you're doing something wrong?
It was a while, man. He did it for a really surprisingly long time. Our school had a lot of that shit, but a lot of like Palestinian kids, and one of my best friend's uncles was killed by a rubber bullet in a protest in Palestine.
Shit.
Wow.
Junior year of high school, and like a literal brawl erupted because like a Jewish kid then came up to him and was like, serves him right or some shit. He was like a doctor healing people.
Oh
We
my
got into a
God.
brawl, and then our school had like a huge like pro or like Palestine-Israel debate like in high school.
That's grim.
Sounds
It was sick
fucking
though, like
outlet.
a lot of like whack shit just based on like where the families from our school were from, but then also like we had like a really good debate, like legitimately good, everybody listening to each other.
I like that it opened up the discussion for that issue to the school. Because like more people need to be aware of that subject.
Oh, so few people know anything about the conflict over there.
I barely know much about it as it is.
Elie Wiesel, he's a Holocaust survivor, and his opening to his Nobel Peace Prize is that, like, wherever there is suffering, like, all eyes must turn to it, and he starts with apartheid, and how he's a pro-Palestine advocate. It's like the fucking apartheid state there, so he's, like, gone from any, like, form of suffering since the Holocaust, and just, like, worked on publicizing it.
Yep.
The fact that a Jew is publicizing, like, the trials and, like, tribulations of Palestinians in Israel is pretty heavy, like.
Yeah, it's, like, unheard of.
Yeah. It's got a good book. I think it's called Night. It's not like any of the other books we've spoken about.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's like a Holocaust survival story.
It's a pretty big jump from talking about fucking Game of Thrones and The Dark Tower. The only Holocaust book I've ever actually read is Mouse. Have you ever read that?
No, I haven't.
It's a graphic novel about the Holocaust. Art Spiegelman is the creator's name. He's interviewing his father, and his father's recounting stories of being in the Holocaust. The Jewish characters are drawn as mice, Nazis are drawn as cats, Polish are drawn as pigs, and Americans are drawn as dogs.
It's like a little Animal Farm vibe to it.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. That way, it makes it easier to stomach because it's not like grim images of human suffering, but it doesn't make it so cartoonish that it detracts from the serious nature of it. It's one of the greatest things I've ever read, Mouse.
Have you read Persepolis?
I have not, no. Oh, but I've seen it.
Yeah, and there's a movie for it too. It's a really good graphic novel, I guess.
Yep.
Like, almost separated from, like, comic books in the sense that it's, like, more on the novel side than the graphic side.
Well, I mean, talking about that, like, if you're a fan of Persepolis, then Mouse you'd be into, because Mouse was actually the first graphic novel to ever win a Pulitzer Prize.
Oh, wow.
And
Sick.
it changed perception of comic culture forever. And because of Mouse, that was like what encouraged comic book writers to turn more serious. Like that was how The Dark Knight Returns came.
I don't really fuck too hard with comics. I only really read, like, The Walking Dead and One Piece for the most part. I really enjoy, graphic novels like Watchmen,
Ghost World?
Vendetta.
Oh yeah.
That's probably-
Alan Moore, yeah.
Alan Moore, he's so good, man. Both V for Vendetta and Watchmen are
I'm reading Watchmen at the moment.
Yeah.
I've never read it before.
It's so good, man.
Yeah, it's good.
So much better than the movie. The movie fucking sucks.
Oh no,
the
honestly,
movie's great.
I really like the
I
movie.
don't like it. Have you read it?
Yeah, I've read it.
So the movie does a good job staying true to the story, but I think that they were very untrue to the themes of the story. They were, like, very true to the plot, very untrue to the themes, and that's what bugs me about the movie. But, like, the Hallelujah sex scene. It's not a terrible movie, but I didn't really get into it like the way I did.
Like, it did get a bit of a mixed response. I personally like it. I agree with you that the graphic novel is a lot better. One thing that annoys me is that at the end of the graphic novel, Ozymandias, he turns to Dr. Manhattan and goes, yeah, this will make things good forever, right? And he just says nothing is forever and then disappears. And in the movie, they omit that scene.
Yeah.
So that was such a powerful moment where even Ozymandias, even the smartest man in the world, had to second guess himself.
Yeah. It's almost invincible. When I say my favorite superpowers, like Ozymandias, he doesn't even necessarily have a superpower. But, like, that is the ability I would pick. That, or maybe like Nightcrawler, maybe Beast Boy. Those are like the top ones for me.
Yo, H, didn't there used to be a code you have to put in to open the gate?
The thing's still there, it just doesn't work.
What happened?
I think it just fucking short-circuited or some shit. And now we're down to having a gate bitch every time, which always ends up being me. Anyway, and then...
Good gate bitch.
Fuck off, cunt. If you look to the right, you'll see my horse and my pig.
And he's fucked both of them, I assure you that.
So that was the immediate.
Which one fucks better, the horse or the pig?
Yes.
There's the pig. There's the pig.
Oh,
Maybe don't park right over the puddle.
I'll park wherever I want, cunt.
I'm staying in the car then. Like, if there's a puddle right there, I'm not getting out.
Well, have a good time then.
Alright.
Manslaughter! Manhood